Hi, my name is Lindsay, and this is my persuasive speech for Mr. Edwards' Communication 101's online class. Vaccinating infants and children is a vital part of their growth and development. The CDC recommends that 29 doses of 9 different vaccines be given from birth until 6 years of age. That does not include a flu shot, which they recommend annually starting at 6 months of age. There are no federal laws mandating vaccinations. However, all 50 states do have laws in place that mandate at least some of the immunizations be given before a child starts public schools. Of course, there's exemptions that each state has, but that would be something to look into. But in general, they are required for school. So during this speech, I just want to give some reasons as to why this is so important for children. The first is vaccines have proven to be effective. The American Academy of Pediatrics reports that 90 to 99% of vaccines are effective. On average, they save 2.5 million lives a year from getting preventable diseases. And also, because of having vaccines, things that used to plague the world, particularly the United States, have now become almost obsolete. For example, polio. Polio causes great disability, horrible illness, and even death. And now, because of vaccinations, it's essentially extinct. We haven't seen a case of polio in years. I mean, when was the last time you heard about somebody dying or contracting polio? You probably haven't. There's other life-threatening diseases as well, such as measles, mumps, rubella, pertussis, which is also known as the whooping cough, and of course the flu. But as long as you're vaccinated against these things in the regiment, you're sure to be protected. Women are given this vaccination during pregnancy, and those immunities are passed to their fetus. However, those immunities generally wear off by the age of 1, which is why it's important to continue the regimen as an infant, toddler, and child up until 6 years of age. So why not provide these vaccines to your child if you could prevent them from getting these diseases? Second, I want to stress that they are safe. They require extensive testing in labs by scientists, medical doctors, healthcare professionals for years, extensive testing before they can be made available to the public. And the side effects that you could potentially have from the vaccines so outweigh getting the illness. Most of the adverse reactions that people experience are related to the injection site, like swelling or tenderness, and they go away within a couple days. There's really no cases of anybody having a rare, horrible side effect or death from a vaccination. And according to the CDC, the United States has the safest vaccines in history. People would also argue that there's some ingredients in vaccines that are harmful to children. Some of these would be formaldehyde, mercury, and aluminum. But this is just not true. The amount given in a vaccine is not a harmful dose. A fun fact is actually that there's more aluminum in breast milk and formula than there is in a vaccination. Also, the FDA requires that a vaccine be studied for 10 plus years before it can be licensed and made available to the public. And there's a doctor named Dr. Offit in an article that I read on the CDC, and he argues that there's more bacteria, virus, and harmful substance in a child's everyday life than there is in a vaccine that they could potentially be given. You also have celebrities who are anti-vaccines because they believe that it causes autism. Jenny McCarthy is a celebrity, if anybody knows, and she believes that vaccinations caused her son's autism. Scientists and doctors have studied this extensively, and there is no viable data to support that there's a link between autism and getting a vaccination. On top of vaccines being safe and effective, they're also cost effective. Almost all insurance plans cover vaccines. If you can't afford the vaccine, they do have programs. One is called Vaccines for Children. It's federally funded for low-income families to get the vaccines at low to no cost to you. And the CDC did a study that said, let's take the flu for example. If your child had a flu vaccine, you're likely to incur no loss of work and they're not likely to get sick. If they don't have a flu vaccine, on average, a parent lost 11 to 73 hours of work due to a sick child. And, if you think about the other illnesses that are even worse than just a flu, like polio, measles, mumps, that could require extensive hospital stay, therapy, rehabilitation, and you could incur a lot of medical expenses when it would be cheaper and safer for your child to just have the vaccination. Lastly, I just want to provide some tools for you guys if you are interested, as I hope you are, in vaccinating your children. The first I want to show you is it's the 2017 updated version of recommended immunizations for children from birth to 6 years old. If you go to cdc.gov/vaccines/parents, you can print this form. And this form tells you all the age groups and what vaccinations should be given at each age group. So at 4 months, you need RV, DTaP, HIB, PCV, and IPV. If you don't know what those are, on the back, it lists all the vaccinations, the disease symptoms, how the vaccine is given, what the vaccine is, and what it prevents against. The other form I recommend is also on the CDC website. You're going to do /schedules/easy to read /child. And it's an immunization and developmental milestone record. So you can print this, take it to the doctor's office when your child has their visits, and they can fill this out, ensuring that you have the proper documentation needed for your records and for when they go to school. I have this for my child and will for my next also. So I just really hope that in this time I have informed you of why vaccinations are important, and I really hope that you choose to do it for your children. There's no evidence to support that it causes any harmful side effects or lasting disabilities such as autism. They're tested extensively. They can help prevent diseases that once killed people, such as polio, rubella, measles, mumps, even the flu. And they're backed by organizations such as World of Medicine, the American Academy of Pediatrics, the CDC, and the FDA. So I highly encourage you to take time to do research of your own, print these forms for your kids, and vaccinate your children. Thank you.